The Diary of Samuel Pepys, 26th of February 1661. Shrove Tuesday. I left my wife in bed, being indisposed by reason of something. I to Mrs. Turner's, who I found busy with Theophila and Joyce making of things ready for fritters. So to Mr. Cruse, and there delivered Cotgrave's dictionary to my Lady Jemima, and then with Mr. Moore to my cousin Thomas Pepys. But he being out of town, I spoke with his lady, though not of the business I went about, which was to borrow £1,000 for my lord. Back to Mrs. Turner's, where several friends, all strangers to me but Mr. Armiger, dined, very merry, and the best fritters that ever I ate in my life. After that looked out at window, saw the flinging at cocks. Then Mrs. Theophila and I, and a gentleman that dined there, and his daughter, a perfect handsome young and very tall lady that lately came out of the country, and Mr. Thatcher, the virginal master, to Bishopgate Street, and there saw the new harpsicon made for Mrs. Theophila. We offered £12, they demanded £14. The master not being at home, we could make no bargain, so parted for tonight. So all by coach to my house, where I found my Valentine with my wife, and here they drank, and then went away. Then I sat and talked with my Valentine and my wife a good while, and then saw her home, and went to Sir William Batten to the Dolphin, where Mr. Newborn and company were, and there, after a quart or two of wine, we home, and I to bed. Where, God forgive me, I did please myself by strength of fancy with the young country signora that was at dinner with us today. The flinging at cocks, by the way, this is what it says. It says, the cruel custom of throwing at cocks on Shrove Tuesday is of considerable antiquity. It is shown in the first print of Hogarth's The 4 Stages of Cruelty. 27th of February 1661. At the office all the morning. That done, I walked in the garden with little Captain Murford, where he and I had some discourse concerning the lighthouse again. And I think I shall appear in the business, he promising me that if I can bring it about, it will be worth £100 per annum. Then came into the garden to me young Mr. Powell and Mr. Hook that I once knew at Cambridge, and I took them in and gave them a bottle of wine, and so parted. Then I called for a dish of fish, which we had for dinner, this being the first day of Lent, and I do intend to try whether I can keep it or no. My father dined with me, and did show me a letter from my brother John, wherein he tells us that he is chosen scholar of the house, which do please me much, because I do perceive now it must chiefly come from his merit, and not the power of his tutor, Dr. Widrington, who is now quite out of interest there, and hath put over his pupils to Mr. Pepper, a young fellow of the college. With my father to Mr. Rawlinson's, where we met my uncle White, and after a pint or two away, I walked with my father, who gave me an account of the great falling out between my uncle Fenner and his son Will, as far as Paul's churchyard, and so left him, and I home. This day the Commissioners of Parliament began to pay off the fleet, beginning with the Hampshire, and do it at Guildhall, for fear of going out of town into the power of the seamen, who are highly incensed against them. I've not been doing much. I've not been doing any since last month. Well, since February, actually, because I dropped my phone and it did something to it. So where I could record, but I couldn't post. I couldn't move the recordings from my phone to my laptop. But then a few days ago, I dropped my phone again, and it seems to have mended it. So, good.